Hey y'all, welcome to Monday's Muse. We are going to have Kathleen, a fellow fitness lover and actually a franchise owner of Shred 415 Highlands in Hirschborn, here joining us very, very soon. I'm so excited to interview her. She's seriously like a boss babe in the industry and, of course, here in the area. Hey, Kathleen.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
Good. It's a gorgeous
Yes, so I
Monday.
was just kind of introducing you a little. So obviously she is the owner of Shred 415 here in Louisville, Kentucky. Shred 415 Highlands and Hirschborn, a newer location, which I was glad to be able to come and sweat in.
Yes.
Yes, so I'm really excited to chat with you. So she first was introduced to Shred in Chicago in 2014. After she took her first class, she was hooked. So fast forward to 2021, as I mentioned, she's the owner of two boutique studios here, and actually the first in Kentucky, which is awesome. So she brings her passion and energy to every class and wants every single shredder to walk out of the studio feeling challenged and accomplished, which you are accomplishing. I can tell you that firsthand.
Thank you.
Yes, you're very welcome. So first, I'd like to always give a little disclaimer just to let everybody know that the things that we discuss are, of course, from our own personal experience and our backgrounds in education, and basically take our advice at your own risk. But of course, please consult with your doctor. I know we're not going to be giving any medical advice or anything, but maybe if you want to check out a shred class, if you have any question, it's always good to ask your doctor
Yeah.
before coming to an exercise class. But yes, Kathleen, why don't you tell our viewers a little bit more about you personally for those that don't know you?
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me on today. I'm excited to be here chatting with you and everybody out in the Instagram world. So I found group fitness while I was living in Chicago. I was a lifetime athlete, random different sports throughout the years. I was a gymnast for a while, and so I was used to like the athletic endeavors. And after college, I moved to Chicago and didn't really have that in my life. I didn't have the fitness routine that I was used to. And so, like you said, a friend introduced me to Shred 415, and I fell in love with after the first class. It was, this movement is great for me. It makes me feel good. And so I've just been hooked ever since. I also love group fitness classes, but Shred 415 has my first love.
Yes, that's awesome. And it's so good to find something, especially in fitness, that you love. So many people don't like to work out. I'm sure we probably don't really subscribe to that. Like a lot of people, we like to work out, but it's important to find something that you like, because if you like it, then it's not going to feel like, oh, I have to do this. You'll enjoy
Right.
it, you know?
Yes. It's more about you get to do this.
Right, right, right. So what exactly do you do if you were to just explain that to someone?
That is a great question. um, some days I own and manage a fitness studio. Other days I'm a janitor and technician. Other days I'm a group fitness instructor. So every single day is different, which makes it so fun and it keeps things interesting. I kind of wear a lot of different hats throughout the day.
That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So do you kind of do some of those things on certain days, or is every day is completely different?
So I'm in either one of the studios at least 6 days a week. Sundays I use as my day of rest
Yeah.
and sleeping in. But some days I'll be teaching a class. Other days it's more of a management administration type work, computer, emails, spreadsheets. And so having the chance to sit at a desk for a few hours, answer emails, do some phone calls, and then step inside the studio and teach a class is super great. Being able to do multiple things in one day and gets the energy outlet out and the movement and the sweat that we all love.
Yes. Okay. So what's your story with this? Because I know most people in fitness have some type of story of when they were first introduced to a group fitness class and what made you even want to teach and all of that.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll answer the first question first with how I got introduced to it in the first place. Like I said, I was living in Chicago. Didn't really have a fitness home at the time. And a friend of mine was just in love and talking nonstop about this class that she was going to. And, you know, she wouldn't go out to girls' night happy hour because she has her morning Shred 415 class. And I'm like, girl, what is going on? What is this place? So about 6 months in, she finally convinced me to sign up for my first class. I went by myself. I didn't want to go with anybody. I did my own thing and just loved. So Shred, for those that don't know, Shred 415 is a combination of cardio with treadmills and strength training on the floor. And so I really liked the fact that it was fast paced. You move back and forth between the two. So it was never going to get bored in the class, and it challenged the heck out of me. It was humbling, but I wanted more. And so started going to Shred 415 classes, starting to incorporate some yoga, some outdoor running along the lakefront in Chicago, so beautiful, and kind of just building my fitness journey from there, starting with Shred 415 and then starting to enjoy other forms of movement too.
Very cool. So of course, there's a lot of people that enjoy group fitness, but they don't want to teach. So
right.
Did you, I'm assuming, got into teaching first and then you went the franchise route, or how did that go?
I guess it all kind of happened at once.
Okay.
So I was living in Chicago, had a 9 to 5, more like grueling 7 to 5 job. Was not enjoying it, did not like that pace and just everything that my day-to-day looked like. And so I was looking for something new. And my first thought was, I'm going to open a Shred. That's what I'm going to do. And so at the time I was working the kids lounge in the front desk at Shred 415. So fast forward about 3 months after I started taking classes, I joined the team working in the studio. And so I scheduled a meeting with the founders of Shred 415, these two amazing women. I said, hey, can I have a meeting with you? They're like, probably thinking, who are you? And sure, I guess. And so I met with them and I said, hey, I love the concept. I love Louisville, Kentucky. I want to open a studio for you there. And at the time, franchising wasn't even kind of in the brain. So they said, no, you know, that's not really what we're going with for our business. But they must have seen something in me that I loved it and I was passionate about it. And so they brought me on the corporate team as well. So I started from the very, very bottom, working in the kids lounge, and then slowly started to build my way up. And so I've learned a little bit of everything about the business before the franchising piece came into play. And I never thought that I would teach. I really didn't. But then after years of working for the company and years of taking classes, I realized that it was a good next step and something that I really wanted to challenge myself with. So now I'm teaching about 5 to 7 classes a week.
Wow. I'm going to have to come to one of your classes. That's so amazing. That's awesome. So
thanks.
Was this something that started, are they local to Chicago area? I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it started in Chicago just as two best friends wanted to open one studio. The idea of 50 locations around the country was never in their mind when they opened the first one, but people like me kept approaching them. Hey, we need one in the suburbs. Hey, we need one in Miami. And so now there's a Shred 415 coast to coast.
Wow. That is awesome. You're a prime example of why I always tell people, especially those that say, I don't know what I want to do, or, you know, I don't really know what I'm just called to do or whatever, or what's going to be fulfilling. But ultimately, if it's something that you are passionate about, like you spoke to having so much passion to doing this and you didn't like what you were doing. So I just encourage those that are watching or those that will watch the replay, if you're doing something that you hate, if when Monday rolls around and you're like crying because you have to go to work, then you might want to reconsider, like, think about the things you're passionate about. That's like a huge clue, you know?
It really is. It really is. My boyfriend at the time, now my husband, we used to play this game on Sunday nights. It was, you can pay $100 and a robot would go in your place at work and you don't have to go to work tomorrow. Or the other option is to go to work like normal. And in my previous job, every Sunday, that robot's going in for me. I don't want to be there. And so it was really telling when I started working at Shred 415 that I would be like, yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah, of course. I'm excited. I'm jazzed about the week ahead. And so that's a really good point you made about if you're not loving what you're doing, there's always plan B. There's always something else you can do.
Absolutely. And it'll work out. I think a lot of people get worried about money or, well, I have to do this because it's paying my bills. And I'm not saying just leave your job and expect all your bills to still be paid. But
Right.
I think that when you really love something, it doesn't feel like work. So it's going to work itself out. Like your bills will be paid. You will make the income that you need to succeed. So don't let fear hold you back. But I
Yeah,
definitely,
and it's a lot easier to put in the hard work when you're passionate about it.
absolutely. Yes. Yes. So, with that being said, um, I guess you just, because my question initially was what impacted you so much to want to start your own studio. But let's say someone is trying to, they've done a lot of, well, first, did you have something to add to that?
No.
Okay. Maybe someone wants to do franchising in fitness, but they don't really know where to start, where to look. Maybe what advice would you have for someone in that seat, I guess?
Yeah, if you're curious and have an idea in your mind, the best way to do it is just start trying a bunch of different things. Kind of like if you want to open a restaurant, you should probably eat at a bunch of different restaurants in your city to experience one, what's available, and two, what's missing. Find something that's a market that's currently not being served, or some place where you say to yourself, I would love for this to happen, or I'd love for this opportunity to be available. And it could be their experience to create that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
just trying things, seeing what's out there, realizing what you want and what's missing.
Absolutely. Like they say to, I'm not saying that any other business that is in competition with you is like your enemy, but like they say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Like you need to know what's out there, And
Yeah,
I'm not
before you
saying...
dive in, before you open a taco shop, you should probably understand how many more taco shops are in town. Which Louisville has a ton of tacos.
Oh yeah, we do. Okay. So what would you say for those that maybe have done some interval training, maybe they, I don't know, like I teach at the Y and I go to the Y in some classes. What would you say the biggest point of difference is between like a regular interval training type studio, boutique studio, and Shred?
Yeah, so a couple things that sets Shred 415 apart from the standard interval training classes that you'll see. There's a few of them. So one is that we don't use any technology. So the room is very dark and the music is very loud, and it's all based off of how you feel, not necessarily a number on a screen or any type of leaderboard scenario. It's kind of all based on how you feel. Another piece is that it's a community, it's a family. So we offer childcare, which is something that a lot of studios do not offer. But it's great for parents that are busy. Obviously, they've got a lot going on. They can drop the kiddo off in our kids lounge and go get their workout on, make it really convenient for them. As I said, Shred 415 was started by two moms. And so that was, a no-brainer for them. It was, maybe other studios hadn't thought of it before, but being mothers themselves, they knew that it was something that was necessary.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know that y'all provided childcare because I mean that's huge.
Yeah.
People that have children, they can't just just leave them at
Right.
home.
Right. The
Yeah.
third piece that kind of sets us apart are our instructors and our team. As you know, you've taken a bunch of classes before, and our team is super passionate, very energetic, and really knowledgeable about what programs they create. So they kind of get an open book as far as to what their program is going to be for the day. So there's nothing that's written by the corporate office in Chicago that they have to follow. It's all based on what you want to do personally. So we have some instructors that have a yoga background, and so they'll incorporate some more yoga into their practice. Or someone is a very strong runner, and so they'll do different running drills than someone else would do in their classes. So clients can find someone that they click with and come to their classes as well as the other ones too.
Yes, that's cool. And yeah, just to echo, she does have really good instructors at her studio, seriously. But I also want to comment on the fact that the room is darker without like the leaderboards and stuff, which in my opinion, I love because yes, I'm a competitive person, but I don't really care. Like if so-and-so is number one in the class, like that doesn't help benefit, like I don't benefit from that in my workout,
Right.
And I think for some people, especially those that might be newer to the whole group fitness or whatever, that could be kind of discouraging or intimidating because they're like, okay, well, I don't want my numbers to be up there. Or, even when I go to various studios, if I can not put my info on the board, I don't, because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And Yeah, I'm the same. It doesn't really motivate me, but some people it does motivate a lot.
Yeah.
And so that's the great thing that there's so many different studios around that do different things that cater to different people's personalities.
Yeah.
Um, I am competitive too. You know, if my husband's running next to me on the treadmill, I'm like, oh, I gotta match you. I'm competitive with people that I know.
Yeah. That's funny. But yeah, that you make a great point. You know, some people that does motivate them. So, you know, that's very true.
Yeah, the loud music motivates me more than anything. If the
Yes,
music is
me too.
up, if it's
Yes,
a good song, I'm going.
I agree totally. You know, that's probably also the Zumba instructor in me that's like, you know, all about the music, but
I would
it
love to
creates a
take your
good
Zumba
environment.
class. We need to figure out a
Yes,
time.
yes, you need to come sometime. It'll be a lot of fun.
It would be.
Yes. Okay, so um, kind of in the same vein, I guess, but on the business side of things, what other advice would you have for someone that is wanting to get into franchising as a career? Maybe
Yeah.
even, would you suggest them teaching even, or like what? Yeah.
I think it's great to know, no matter if it's a franchise or any type of business, to know your business top to bottom. So, you know, the owner isn't too afraid to clean the toilets or teach the class or kind of help out wherever you can, because it's a big team environment. But at the end of the day, if you're the boss or if you're the owner, then that does fall on you. And so just setting the expectations for yourself that it's a lot of work, but it's so worth it. It's so
Yes.
worth it.
Yes. Yes. And then just kind of a little bit more on a personal note, what would you say drives you personally? Because as we know, this is about being more than just fitness.
Hmm.
Um, you know, a workout's more than just a workout. What drives you to keep doing what you do?
Yeah, my team and my clients, easy. Hey Eli, you're so sweet. Sorry, I'm seeing the comments come in.
Yeah.
But my team, they are pumped to be there. They're energetic. They're passionate about shred, just like I am. And so the energy just kind of flows that way. And then seeing clients accomplish all of these incredible things that, oh, I came in and I walked my first class, and by the third class, I'm running, and I never thought I could run again, or just these incredible not only physical transformations, but mental and emotional transformations of starting from point A, and then by point, E or F, they're like feeling great at their being their best selves in the studio. And then also it translates outside too. When you step out of the studio and kind of go about your day, there's a different vibe. There's a different energy level that they bring to their lives. And so it's really, really cool to see that we're really changing people's lives.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And I just automatically think about Sally and
Oh my
her
gosh,
post.
yes.
And I was so happy, like when I saw that y'all posted like her wedding photo. And of course, some people that are watching or might see this may not know what I'm talking about. But she's like a local shredder, someone that I met actually in YPAL several years ago. And to see her transformation over the years and like mentally, physically, it's amazing. Like she's saying, like working out is not just a physical thing. Like it totally
Right.
affects your mental a lot.
It
So that,
does. And it was impacting her so much that last year she actually joined the team and she works our front desk on Monday nights.
oh wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
She'll actually be there very soon. So if you go to class tonight, you'll see Sally.
Yes, that is great. Yes. Yeah, okay. Um, but yeah, that's really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
um, so what would you say are like a couple misconceptions about the workout that shred provides versus weightlifting? Because I know that y'all do some weights. Or just maybe misconceptions in general about this style of fitness that maybe you want to kind of debunk.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I hear a lot is, am I going to die? Are you going to kill me? Am I going to come in here and walk out or crawl out?
Right.
And no, the misconception is that, it's very intense and very hard. And the reality is that you take it at your own pace. And so we have walkers, we have runners, we have people that don't lift a single dumbbell. So the class is very, very formatted to your pace and your level. So all fitness levels, people that have run marathons, people that have never stepped foot on a treadmill are all in the same class together, doing the same class, just at their own pace. So I think the group fitness intimidation level is definitely there. And I felt it too before I stepped foot inside a studio. I get it. It's scary to try anything new, especially something that is going to be challenging. And so I would just say to somebody that's nervous that it's really not as bad as you have it built up in your head. And You can take it at your own pace. You can rest when you need to. And it's just like, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
You find yourself dancing, singing, like bopping to the beat during class where you're still challenging yourself.
Yes. And I feel like y'all do a good job with setting like the atmosphere, and the instructors do, with making everyone feel welcome and making sure you know what to do next and all of that. And I mean, that's definitely important.
I'm glad. And the instructor kind of, because I'm back. Because you've taken a class before, but for those who haven't, the instructor guides you through every single second. They're telling you what to do, exactly what form to have, exactly what incline to be at. So really, I always tell people, if you've got 2 ears or 1 ear, if you're able to listen, you're able to take this class.
Yes, for sure. And they'll like demo it out for you and everything. And
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Someone's saying they want to take the 415 class, one of my levels. So thanks for answering. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. And if y'all have any questions, you can just post them in there and we can see them. We'll get to them.
Yes, absolutely. So one of the things that I always like to ask my co-host is for their fun fact, just to, share something different.
I love and I dislike this question.
I know, 'cause it's hard.
It's so hard. It's so hard. It's so hard. But I was thinking about it before we hopped on today, and I do have a fun fact.
Oh.
So like I said, I was an athlete growing up. I played like basketball and softball, and by about elementary and middle school, I really fell in love with gymnastics. And so I was a competitive gymnast for quite a few years, and I am a Tennessee state champion in gymnastics. So that's my fun fact.
Oh, that's awesome.
Don't ask me to do anything now, but back in the day, I could do some flips.
Yeah. That's awesome. Wow. Yeah.
What's your fun fact? Now you have to share yours.
I always say that, like, my birthday's Halloween, and there's actually 3 people in my family that were born on Halloween, including me.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's always what I say.
That's a good birthday to have.
Yeah.
So do you like costumes? Like, do you enjoy dressing up?
Yeah, I would say so, because anytime that I get the chance, I like go all out. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's kind of like everyone's kind of celebrating in a way,
Yeah.
I always try to look at it, but yeah, that is my fun fact.
That's awesome. That's a good one.
Yes. And thank you so much, Kathleen. Of course, I'm going to post this replay to my Instagram and to my YouTube channel. So if anyone has questions, definitely feel free to reach out to Kathleen or to me. I'll post all of her information, all the studio information, so that you can stay in touch and check out some classes. But Kathleen, before we go, is there anything else that you would like to say, and how can the viewers stay in touch with you?
Yeah, you can follow me on my Instagram. It's right here on this live. And your first class at Shred 415 is free. So whoever mentioned earlier that they want to come try it, no excuses. I got you.
Yes. We'll make that happen. So thank you so much, Kathleen.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
this is fun.
You're welcome. Yes. Well, thanks.
You need to send me your Zumba schedule, and I'll come take your class.
Yes, I will. I will send it to you.
Okay, cool.
Okay, great. Well, thank you all so much for joining us for your Monday's Muse, your weekly wellness dose, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.